So girl Pauline here, hoping that you're doing fine. On my side, I am fantastic. Welcome into today's video. Thank you for stopping by and thank you thank you for clicking it, guys. Thank you so much for your support. May God bless each and every one of you. Polly J. Polly J. And guys, on today's video I want to talk to you about how you can make working here easier, or rather I would like to say what you can do to make your bosses feel free around you and love you more, if I make sense. So without further ado, hey, let's dive into the video. So guys, I have like 6 tips that I would like to give you, and the first tip, if you have a pen like me, you can take notes. If you do not have, you can keep on watching and watching, because the video will be here. No one is going to take it away. So I would like to say, first of all, if you are working for an Arab, and not just for an Arab but for everyone, this includes every other person, but if you're in Arab countries and you obey this and you follow what I am telling you, you'll see a very big difference. The first thing is be humble. What do I mean by being humble? Like, being humble, first of all, Arabs, they don't like those people who are so hyper in words. Like, you talk too much, you know. You have to limit what you talk. Even if you're that kind of person who is so talkative, you have to measure your words. Not everything that you feel like talking, you just keep on telling them. So some of them, they don't like that. Like, talk less if it's possible. Talk less. I think you understand that. Talk less and be humble. Don't be so much talkative, you know. Anything you just want to talk. Your madam may be speaking to someone else and you're in there trying to interact, trying to talk what doesn't make sense. Even if you're making sense, sometimes they don't need you, you know. You're not supposed to be there in the first place unless if you're asked to. If you're asked to, or maybe if they want to hear an opinion from you, of course they will ask you. But if you're not asked, just let that be. Let that be, if I make sense. Be humble and don't have this too much talk. Try to minimize what you talk. Just make sure whatever you say makes sense, and not every time. They don't like no, they don't like. Just be yourself. If you're too much talkative, I said reduce, and you will see a difference. Most of us, we might be talking too much at work. At such time, you talk too much until you forget yourself and you start talking about your own self. So even before someone asks you about you, like, they know you. Why? Because you talk too much, you overtalk, and you sometimes forget and talk about your personal stuff. So if you train yourself to be yourself, only talk when asked and talk when necessary. The rest, keep them to yourself. You'll see a very big difference. That was number 1. And our number 2, I am going to give you a tip which will help you. And number 2 is be hardworking. Be hardworking. If you have ever worked in an Arab home, if you have worked in a company, if you have worked under an Arab, you know that they don't like lazy people. If you are hardworking, you'll be at the right place. They will, you know, if they see your hard work, they'll be like, oh, mashallah, she is very nice, he is very nice. And that way it opens also doors for you to get tips, doors for you to get presents, you know. So if you are hardworking, everything will just be okay. You will see the very difference. I don't say like you're not hardworking, but just make sure everything you do to perfection. We are not perfect, but try to do as much as you can. The kind of perfectism you can do, if that is the right word, if you can do it perfect, just make sure that everything you do, let it be perfect. Just try as much as you can do to be hardworking. Maybe sometimes they demand too much of us, something that we cannot deliver, and I think most of them, they know, like, they just push you to the wall to do a lot of work, to do what they need you to do. But of course, they are also human, and they understand if someone is hardworking and if that person is not. So by saying be hardworking, I don't mean like kill yourself with work because you want to prove that you are hardworking. No, but just do a clean and perfect job. If I think that makes sense better. So yeah, number 2, be hardworking. And talking of number 3, guys, I would like to say love your work. Love your work. Like, don't just be that kind of person who will be forced to do your work. Like, you know, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to clean this, you're supposed to iron, but it's like every time you're being forced to do your, or if you like just to be reminded every now and then, do this, do this, do this, do this. Most of the times, all that being forced to work can cause also maybe losing your job, hatred, what will I say, bad words, you know, all the bad things can start from there. Because first of all, most of them, like, they will sit down and think like, I'm paying this person. You did not just come here to sit down, you came here to work. Why do I have to force you to do this, you know? But when you embrace your work, no matter what kind of work you're doing, by the end of the month it is paying you. And that's what most of the times it keeps me going. Like, most of the times someone will just come to me and ask me, why do you seem so much comfortable when you're working as a housemaid? Should I hate my job? No, I should not hate it, and I will not hate it, because when I am chopping that salary, I don't hate it, right? I chop my salary smiling, so I should also work smiling. And whatever you do today, it has a very big impact to what maybe you will do tomorrow. So if you love your job today, do it as much as you can. Like, try as much as you can to perfect what you're doing today. Love it, embrace it, no matter how small it is, because you will not be there forever. You will just be there for a certain period, and then God will give you a different thing, or God will give you a breakthrough and you'll be your own boss. But how can you be your own boss when you don't even know how to handle the small things? So if you're here, you're watching, and there are those people who keep on looking down on you because maybe you are cleaner, maybe because you're security guard, maybe because you're housemaid, because you are, you know, all those stuff, and there are those people who are looking down on you, just keep on smiling, because it's not forever. These are not like situations which are permanent. And by the end of the day, I always say, it's not like I'm telling you to keep on staying there, not to grow, no. But as long as it is giving you a plate on your table, it is paying your bills, it is taking care of you and your family, that is all that you need for now. About tomorrow, God is always there to deliver. God is always there to bless us with something different. But I'm telling you the truth, like, you can never be blessed if you are trying to do something which is not right. If you have your job, when you were coming from your country, you said like, I have not gotten any other job and I have got this one job as a security guard. Do not come here and start despising that job and you have not even yet completed your contract. Make sure that you complete your contract. Look for something else, but meanwhile you're working for these 2 good years, or maybe for a year, because you can resign and look for something else. Just do the best you can to perfect your job. Just love it, do it from your heart, and that way you'll not even have all these bad feelings like you're trying to force yourself to do something different, you're forcing yourself to do what is not right. I always say, look at the brighter side. Yeah, you're getting tired and so much things happens, and when you look back at it, you say like, I have sacrificed myself to come and work as this. Just look at the brighter side, because of course you are working as this, but by the end of the month you are also getting something out of what you have been doing the whole month, right? So for me, it's just to tell you, just work from your heart, work from your heart, love your job, and you will see yourself in a different place in years to come. Number 3. And guys, going to our number 4. Number 4, I would like to tell you, be a happy person. Be a happy person. There are those people, when you wake up, you're just like, when you're doing your job, you're like, when you're sleeping, you're also the same thing. Like, it's like someone did something to you. You've just waken up, even good morning, there's nothing, even a smile, nothing. Just be a happy person. This life is short, and whenever you're happy, everything works out smoothly. And you'll even have that, you know, if you just keep on being sad, having that rough face that you've tried to put it on yourself every now and then, like, even your days, they cannot be like smooth. You just feel like, why the hours are not going quickly, because you're just there stranded, you're angry, feeling so bad about so many things. If you have so many things that are distracting you, even one thing that is distracting you, something that you feel like is making you unhappy, just let that thing go. And if it's something that you cannot let go, you can talk to someone, and also you can pray about it. But being a happy person, not just because you're being happy to impress your employers, to impress the people around you, but it also helps you a lot. Like it does it pain? I don't think it pains to be a happy person. Just smile whenever you feel like, seeing if you have to. And there are different people. Like, you only find your happiness in certain things. Like when you sing, you're happy. When you dance, you feel happy. When you do just try to make sure that whatever makes you happy, you do it just to keep yourself happy. Because first of all, they don't like I have realized, not just for Arabs, but of course, if you are working, or if I am working for you, and for example, we are waking up from the same house, we are working together, or maybe you are my employer and I am your employee. In the morning, I wake up, I'm just sad. I'm doing my job when I am sad. They don't like that. But when you're a cheerful person, you are smiling. When they see you, like, they say, oh, she's nice, you know, all those things. So you have to make sure that you are a happy person. And being a happy person, it will also help you, not just them. It is all good for you. So be a happy person, no matter what. Be a happy person. And my fifth tip that I want to give you today, I just want to tell you, if in case you are working in an Arab home, or you are working in a company whereby they have kids there, or maybe anything to do with kids, love their kids. Actually, not just because you're working for them, but I think it's also nice for us to love kids. Love those kids as yours, treat them well, and you will see a very big difference. If you are working in a place where there are kids, as I said in my previous video, don't beat them, because that is also against the law, but treat them in a way that they will also feel comfortable around you. And if I can tell you, there are many people that I know. I also have a friend. She's also an housemaid, and she takes care of a kid, and believe me, that kid loves her even more than her own parents. And when the parents want to take the kid cannot even agree to go. You know, the kid is always there, holding the housemaid. So for me, I always feel like this is nice, because also that gives you that one pressure. If you want your salary to be added, of course they will add your salary, because if you leave, their daughter will also be left, you know. So yeah, it also gives you an added advantage. Love their kids, and you will see a difference. If you love their kids and they realize like you love their kids, everything you do is good. They also change the way they treat you. If before they were not treating you right, you will see they start treating you right every end month. If you are not getting your basic needs, they will give you. Every now and then, maybe you will get like tips, recharge cards, and all that stuff. Even gifts, you will also get gifts, believe me. So loving their kids, it's also like some secrets to get to that point, you know. There are those people, maybe you have your salary, but by the end of the month, or maybe when the month ends, you have an extra amount, not just because you are better or because they must give you, you know, but there's that thing that one person can give you, but just to appreciate you apart from your own salary. So these are some of the things that you can win their hearts with. If you love their kids, believe me, that is just like holding a key to the door. If you have it, of course, you can open any door. And the very last tip that I would like to tell you, just be respectful. Be respectful. And when I say be respectful, mostly it appears when maybe something is happening in the house, you're not happy about something, or maybe your boss or your employer or anyone in the house has been, maybe you're exchanging words. Try as much as you can to be quiet. Actually, they don't like those people. Like your employer talks to you and you try to talk back. They talk to you and you talk back. They don't like that. And most of the times it's only that we always sit down and put all the blame on Arabs. But taking it as your own, I always put myself in that shoe. Like, for instance, I am the employer and I am talking to my employee, and when I talk, she talks back. When I talk, she talks back. Of course, I will not be happy. So the same, I think, also applies to them, and they always want to see that you have respect. If they talk to you, you don't talk back. You only talk when necessary, and you talk when you make sense. They will respect you as well, and you will see a big difference in your workplace. So for me, I just add these 6 things, and just to say it was be humble. That was the first thing. I have written them down, so in case if you see me facing down, it's because I'm trying to read them out for you. Be humble, be hardworking. Be hardworking. Love your work. Love your work. Love your work. Be a happy person. Love their kids, and respect. I think when you take all these things, 6 things, put them into practice, you will see a difference, and you will thank me later. Anyway guys, that was my time. Thank you so much for staying since the very beginning of this video to the very end. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Adios, and I love you. See you in the next one. Bye.